La da da dum. La di 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 dum. La da da dum. La da di di dum. Eh, eh. La da da dum. Da da dee dee dum. Okay, okay, all right. So this is apparently yet another installment of the. I used to have the Robe Chronicles, the Green Robe Chronicles. I have it actually right behind me. It's in the chair, but it's not quite robe weather right now. It's a little Cleveland warm. So I am in a shirtless, and I've been doing that quite a bit. I've not been giving you all nip time, no nip time, but I have been doing a lot shirtless. So let's get right down to when you get right down to it. You're hook up. Ooh, yeah. So, this gorgeous dude, how have I. Stop it. Stop. How. Okay. See, I know that's like a typo. Anyway, NT who. See, why would you do this? Why would you do that? It's so ridiculous. So very much ridiculous that it makes absolutely no sense. So I'll go back to, I'll multitask and do two things at once. And I will say that for me, when it comes to the shirt, the shirt's a thing, right? Shirts are things. It's taken me way too long to get this going, but because I have to answer this, that, and the third. Okay. So the as far as entitling this the your hookup. There's this dude, gorgeous, thick brown, and thick in all the right places. Apparently, all of the right places. And I really should have been able to tell this by his profile, but see, I'm 39 now, so at 39, I have to realize that, like Kevin Samuels always talks about, your sexual marketplace value. My sexual marketplace value is not what it was in my 20s and even early 30s. And because I was talking to the guy, and his profile is very sex, but my experience used to be that when it comes to people whose profiles are like a lot about sex and they'll hit you up talking about sex, you just let them know, I'm sorry, I'm a good boy, I don't do that. And they'll quickly try to change their pitch, their sales pitch. They'll be, oh no, 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 I'm not looking for sex. That's something. That is something that I would like, but that is not exclusively what I would like. Not from you. So with that mindset, this dude who I think he hit me up. I did click. Y'all are going to call me like one of the worst people. And I get it, but still, it hurt because I did click that I was interested in him. And I clicked that because I was attracted to him. And again, he's thick in all the right places, particularly the man boobage. But he is a firefighter. And he had some firefighter puns on his page. So I was like, he had some puns talking about like what to do with his hose and sticking it in, stuff like that, blah blah blah. Nope. I can't right now. I'm doing this, and I hope that the audio is still recording in spite of. So I I did click interested, but it I guess because I viewed his profile, he viewed mine. And yes, and this is part of the reason that I don't use the dating apps quite as much because I have started putting in my dating app profiles that I currently use a walker. And like my whole multiple sclerosis diagnosis, all of that struggle. So I'm upfront about that. And I'm kind of a little sometimes concerned about who would hit me up because I'm like, are you interested in me? Because I also talk about hashtag Verse TV and all of that. And I executive produce it and everything. And I'm like, well, maybe they're interested in that. But now with my addition of the Walker in my profile, I'm like, are they interested in like what I do and how I try to stay active? Or are they just looking for somebody to take advantage of? A weaker somebody to take advantage of? And is it really me that they see? Anyway, but he hit me up and I hit him back and something. Oh, I did hit him up first. Oh my gosh, I did. I just hit him up with a howdy. Jack gives me one of the default messages of howdy with a man with a cowboy cap hat. And I just sent that. I didn't really expect him to respond at all because that's another interesting point. But like I always discuss in my general social psychology class, how people don't aim for people that they think are above their level because they don't want to be rejected. But I'm realizing in this day and age of online dating, it makes it a lot easier. You have much less effort that you have to put in to hit somebody up. So you can sometimes aim for the people who are outside of what you think is your level. There's levels to this. And so yeah, I just sent him that, but he hit me back and I don't remember, but somehow we got into a conversation and he's yes, yes. Because what he said to me was something along the lines of, "Oh, you use a walker, and that's totally fine. It doesn't matter to me because I work in EMS, so I know how to work with people. I work with people of all sorts of physical abilities." And I was like, "Really? Okay, all right." And I was like, I thought that you were just being funny when you talked about being a firefighter. But he said, yeah, no, I am. But the only thing that matters to me sexually is that you're able to get into and hold the position while I pound home because he's the top. Oh, and we did talk about that as well. Y'all, I don't judge me. Don't judge me. But we did talk about sexual positions and everything, and I was like, well, if he might be somebody who's interested in converting from a or the fact in spite of the fact that his profile is very sexually driven, he might be like, but with you, Aaron, I want to go for the gold, go for the brass ring. The best things are. Oh man, I can't think of it right now. The song is "Prime of My Life" by Phyllis Hyman, but I'm not getting the melody. Anyway, um, so I was like, we did talk about that stuff early on, and he was like, yeah, I'll work with it. I'll work. We can make it happen. And I was like, okay, cool. And I I was telling, and he was like, so what do you mean limited experience? Because I told him that I do classify myself as a gay sexual bottom. I do. In addition to that, I do have very limited, precious little experience. And he's like, what do you mean? What what do you mean? What do you mean? And what do you mean? And I was like, well, technically, and this is the truth to this date. Technically, only two men have entered my back door ever. The first guy was that guy that I told you about when I was 19, and he I told you that story already. I don't need to go back into it. Look at my old video. The other guy is one of my boyfriend when I was in my early 30s. And because I thought we were gonna get married. You've seen him. Anyway, but I I said, yeah, only two guys have been in my back door, but it's a really long story. That was a very abbreviated version of this long story, but I didn't even type all that out. But it's a very long story, but maybe we can talk about it one day. Over pizza. I didn't say the over pizza part, but I said maybe we can talk about it one day. And his response, the moment you've all been waiting for. He said, I mean, this kind of hurts, y'all. It does. But okay. I mean, I DEF, I don't want to take you out your hookup. And I'm like, not only did I feel disrespected by the words that came out of his text, but disrespected by his grammar and poor spelling and inability to actually effectively make that point. But I get it. What he's saying, at least this is what I get from it. Because his response, I read that verbatim. He said, I mean, I DEF, don't don't want to take you out you are hookup. So basically, it sounds like he's telling me that I definitely don't want to take you out somewhere. You're just sex. And for me, it actually kind of hurt. Um, it is what it is, I guess, but it kind of hurt. And Dan Savage said that people sexualize things that they fear. And like that's part of the reason that I sexualize white top, black bottom porn. Um, uh, just the porn. And basically white dom, black submissive, gay porn specifically. Because I fear people looking down on me simply because I'm black. Um, I wonder though, also in reference to this, what we're here talking about today is if people also get over pain, emotional pain, by sexualizing it. And that's kind of what I attempted to do. And that I was like, he basically just said that I'm no more than his slut, no more than his cheap street corner hooker. And I'm like, but there are people who are street corner hookers. So what if I put myself in their position and imagine how they would feel? Although as soon as I'm saying that, I'm like, but they're not emotionally investing themselves necessarily emotionally investing themselves in their Johns and Jamals. They're not. While I incorrectly emotionally invested myself in that guy because, yeah. And I was like, so maybe he'll, how many minutes? 17, maybe we'll go to 20 something. But secret, I'll keep this a secret. I'm one of those people who things matter to me, perhaps too much, but in terms of numbers, due to the fact that I've only had 2 men penetrate me, part of me is like, whoever that, I don't know though, but I was going to say, whoever that third man is to penetrate me, I am going to make sure that it's special and latch on to him. I'm trying to think of the song by Sam Smith, Latch, but which is a great song. But anyway, maybe I will play it. Hey Google, play Latch by Sam Smith and whatever that group is. Okay, Latch by Disclosure. Here it is. Disclosure, featuring Sam Smith. Anyway, yeah. But dudes used to. I remember when Sam Smith first came out, like, I think this was his first big single. And it was like, yeah, he is singing. But he is one of those people that, like, when you first, I'm not making things a race thing all the time, but he is somebody who, when you first hear his voice, he's like, that's a brother. And it's like, he's just somebody who gets it. And that's what he is. Anyway, but that's what they are. Because they did change their pronouns to they and them. And I'm laughing, thinking about something totally different. But I love this song. I remember this song. I see that this is back in the 20s and my 20s, and we just talked about this on hashtag Burst TV. How in my 20s I used to just burn through men, burn, 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 burn. Like, because every single year I would get a boyfriend. And I'd be like, and if something went wrong with that one, I would just say, okay, on to the next, on to the next. You know what? I am going to play this for y'all because I still have it. So I'll just play the beginning because it's cool. And I love her. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Because they're getting so many DMs or people in their on the dating apps, they have they have unlimited options out there. Just this wonderful world of dating out there, and so many possibilities. I'm so excited. You know, women go into it like this, thinking that they are, you know, just this prize that constantly can just eat through men and get to the best one, or not make wise decisions, heal from trauma, you know, delusional thinking, grandiosity, you know, not being humble, a lot of ego, and everyone else is a problem but me. But what has happened is a lot of married women are seeing the upsides mostly. They're seeing, you know, the talk shows, and they see the celebrities are able to get another man real quick, or they see these things and they don't really, they think that when they get back into the dating market that they're going to have this endless plethora of options. And I'm not saying, maybe some women do, but the quality that's out there in terms of building a relationship with a man, if you could not make this marriage work, and especially with this mindset she seems to have right now, you know, like coming out of my marriage, even before it ended, I was in therapy doing introspective work. It's why I do this work now. Instead of coming out of my divorce bitter and I hate men and it's always men and I need someone to cater to me, I said, no, God, change me, help me see the things that I can change, what I contributed to the situation, humble me, keep me in a place where I can learn and grow and become the best version of myself, and not, you know, have delusional thinking, because I saw quickly how delusional, you know, a lot of women are out here, or they have very positive thinking. They're going to manifest a new husband, but it doesn't sound like she's just bored of him. She's tired of him. He didn't grow apart. She grew apart from him because maybe he's not ambitious enough. She's seeing the women on talk shows. She's seeing Instagram power couples. She's seeing, you know, she's thinking that the dating apps have got all these options and they're just, all these men are just be dying to wife her up. It's just not a reality. If single women,
I was one of those delusional people in my 20s. And yeah, I might talk about power couples before I finish this video since we're already well over 20 minutes. But I was one of those delusional people because, like I said, in my 20s and as I crossed over into my 30s, my every single year getting a brand new man to love me and want to make things work with me. After I crossed 30, that number started going down, 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 up to today. I'm 39, not as of today, but on this date, I am 39. I have crossed 39. And how many years has it been? It used to be every single year, because I would break up with a guy and I would often be the one to initiate the breakup, kind of like Kevin Samuel talks about the fact that women make up not 90%. I don't remember, but the majority of the people requesting the divorce, I was one of those guys who would often request the breakup, suggest the breakup, and I I would suggest it sort of in such a way that it would seem like the other person made the choice, And I'd be like, well, I guess if you want to break up with me, like kind of wink, wink. Well, since you bring it up, I guess, since you want to you're telling me you want to break up. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you're thinking that. I know you're thinking that. So okay, if you want to break up, we can break up. I'm not saying I want to break up. All right. Well, since you're saying that you want to break up, we can break up. And in my 20s, every single year, I would, we'd break up and I'd move on to a brand new man and have a brand new man. And like I said, as I crossed 30, that every single year started decreasing. And now it's been years since I've had a man. It's not been years since I've had penis in my mouth, but that makes me feel really skank. Like going back to the whole beginning of this video. The penis was over the age of 60, but that's another story. Anyway, but yeah. Power couples. No, I'm not ready to talk about power couples. I guess I will. What, 26 minutes in? Although that's exactly what I shared on hashtag Verse TV. So no, I don't need to share the power couple story here. But yeah. Oh, I wish I did, but I didn't. But yeah, so his saying that to me, I mean, and I love that he included the I mean. It's almost as if he did talk to text, you know. I mean, I don't want to take you out your hookup. And I maybe I could have been hookup, but don't tell me. Don't, although I guess that is better. That's better because I know not to play with my heart. And I won't. It's been, I don't know. I already played that. Y'all check out hashtag Verse TV. I don't need to recycle everything. Hashtag Verse TV. How many minutes? 28. We don't have to go for 30. Everything is a sitcom or a 30 that does happen. A 30-minute drama. Talk to y'all later. Hashtags Verse TV, social media family, peace, versetv.com. I'm Aaron Mack. Yeah. All right, social media family. Peace, versetv.com. Did I load that? I did. I think I did. At least I think I did. I didn't. So I have to do it now. Talk to y'all later. Peace. Stay blessed. Versetv.com. All right.